What's up, guys? How we doing? Welcome to Cliff Notes Detroit version. Indianapolis was last week, and it was crazy. Yeah, we had some wild stuff happen. But this week, unfortunately, Colt Nichols and Dylan Ferrandis have both chosen to sit out, which that sucks. But I want to commend both of them for letting their brains heal, setting a good example, and doing the right thing to keep themselves and their competitors safe. I want to send out a get well soon to Bubba Pauly. Bubba Pauly, the privateer hero, lost his thumb in a crazy accident. I don't know exactly how it happened, but they saved the thumb. They sewed that back on, but the tendon did die. Hopefully that won't affect him moving forward. And a get well soon to J.R. Reyes. He's the privateer that went down in the first heat race where they had to red flag it. He had a grade 5 liver laceration. I did some research, and what I found is the mortality rate or death rate of somebody who has a grade 5 is what his was, is 67 to 80%. Yeah, he almost died. Like, holy crap. There's more chance of him dying than living after that accident. Luckily, JR's still with us. I'm glad you're here, my man. Hopefully you get a complete recovery. He also broke his shoulder and had a concussion. In addition to, he came into this round, he broke his ankle at Daytona and was just icing it and riding through it. Didn't even know it was broken until they x-rayed it when they got him in the hospital. That just goes to show you what warriors these guys are. But when I talk about tough blocks and these things that cause these accidents, they're on the verge of death. You can't fly that high and that fast and come to a complete stop and not have some catastrophic injuries. We just about lost JRS. Unfortunately, this is probably going to happen sooner or later. But when you guys talk about me pussification of the sport and trying to make it safer, no. You'll never, ever make this sport safe. It's just not. It's Supercross. You're jumping dirt bikes around a track in a stadium as fast as you can. It's dangerous no matter what you do. What I want to do is just get rid of the stupid. Let's try and eliminate the catastrophic. Let's try and eliminate the dumb. And by dumb, I mean putting tough blocks all over the track so dudes crash. I don't know if that's what caused Reyes' crash. I haven't seen his crash. But I've seen plenty of crashes, and any one of them could have resulted in a lacerated liver and possible fatality. It's not if, it's when. So let's try and reduce this stuff as much as possible. But before we get into it, I want to thank my friends at EBC Brakes. Steve, James, and everybody over there. They're kick-ass. They've been on with Cooksey Media for a long time. Check them out, and next time you need brakes for your car, truck, motorcycle, UTV, use EBC. And then you guys know Coach Rob, CompleteRacingSolutions.com. Complete Racing Solutions has a program for everybody, starting at $30 and going up from there. Coach is the smartest, most educated person. He'll get you a program that will optimize your fitness levels. And don't forget, guys, subscribe. That's how they judge us on YouTube, and that's how they decide what videos they push out. So subscriptions are appreciated. Now let's get into this.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
For the first time all year, I'm opening Cliff Notes 450 class with Cooper Webb. It's been Tomac every single time. He's had the red plate since the first race. He doesn't right now. He had a horrible round at Indianapolis. Cooper Webb rode around in third, got a podium on a treacherous night. It was almost like a mud race out there. It was nasty. Tomac didn't feel comfortable. Sexton had a big get off, and now Cooper Webb with 202 points is your point leader with 1 point over Eli Tomac. And as they're getting later in the series, this matters. Webb's not a guy that's going to let you off the hook. Tomac's going to have to go out there, and he's going to have to win. And he's going to have to force the issue, where Webb's just going to be there every single week, just hammering and hammering. And he seems to find the speed as the pressure amps up. That's just Cooper Webb. That's what he does. That's how he has his 2 titles. Third is Sexton. Sexton, dang. If you don't feel bad for Chase Sexton, you are a heartless person. This poor guy has led and battled and put everything on the line, and he just keeps crashing. I felt horrible for him. Whether you're a Chase fan or not, it's getting hard to watch. Nobody wants to see that. I'm glad he's okay, somewhat okay, but man, this is just brutal. Anderson, he's still cruising around. I don't think things are good at Kawasaki right now, and I don't blame Jason Anderson. I blame the management. Dan Fahey starts with you, man. You're the team manager, and you've created a weird environment over there that Tomac didn't like, and it looks like Anderson doesn't like it. So, yeah, fix that. Ken Roxon. Woo! Damn, Ken looked good last week. He got a win on the Suzuki. And if you guys who all told me eat crow, listen, go back and watch the Supercross preview that I did. Or like when I talked about Ken, I said he could podium. I said he might even get a win if conditions were perfectly. So I'm not eating crow. That's exactly what I said. I still think it's a bad idea that he's on the Suzuki compared to the Firepower Honda. I personally believe on the Firepower Honda, he would have been a title contender. He's not a title contender. He's in 5th in the points. He has a win. He's doing amazing on that bike. He's doing better than I thought he would do. But I did think he could do this. But yeah, Justin Barcia, that's the fastest dude the last 2 races. He is on one. He wants a win. Maybe he can get it in Detroit. Aaron Plessinger, he looks good. And there was even talks of him going to TLD Gas, but not if Barcia's riding that good. If Barcia is riding that good, you're not going to see Plessinger go over there. They're going to keep Barcia. They don't really have any other choice. Barcia's in a contract year, so's Plessinger, but Barcia just does so much better in contract years. For me, if I sign Barcia, 1-year deal. That's it. That's all he gets. So, Christian Craig. Christian Craig, he's not in a contract year. Good thing, because he's not doing what they expected over at Husqvarna. At least RJ Hampshire didn't race, so he sat out. He had an illness. I believe he's in for Detroit, and if he does better than Craig, it's going to put a lot of pressure on him. So we shall see. That's something to watch if RJ does enter. I'm pretty sure he's entering, but I'm not positive. Dean Wilson, the old dog, just cruising along, 9th in points. Good for Dean Wilson. Adam Cincerillo, back, riding good, but it's the same wrist issue. It's a chronic issue. I hope it's going to get better. I hope there's a miracle, but we'll see. Justin Hill. Justin Hill looks awesome on that Team Tedder bike. He's finally building. I mean, the guy was off. He was a police officer, and now he's back. Justin Hill kicking ass, and he's showing the talent. That guy, nobody's ever doubted his talent. So, but next up, the 250s. First off, thank you to Steel City Men's Clinic. They got me some supplements. They'll test your blood. They are on the cutting edge when it comes to optimizing your body performance through science. So check those guys out if you're having any sort of fatigue issues or mystery illness. Try Steel City. They're really good at figuring that stuff out and preventing injuries. Epic Garage Design. What do you think of the new studio, guys? We mixed it up a little bit. Travis loves green. Obviously, Travis got his Kawasaki. Travis is a Kawasaki guy. So what do you guys think? Check it out. Go to the website. Get yourself a floor. Get yourself slat wall. Get yourself cabinet. EpicGarageDesigns.com. So now, the 250s, guys. Hunter Lawrence. What else is there? He's perfect. Not perfect. He got 1/3, but I mean, he rides that bike so technically sound. It's almost like he can't be beat. It was ridiculous that, yes, I know, I believe it was his agent, Lucas Myrtle, who I'm a huge fan of Myrtle. Myrtle's the man. And I don't blame Myrtle for doing this. If you don't want your guy to be asked about something, ask them to stop it. Whether they do it or not, that's not your job. So I don't blame Lucas Myrtle for asking them not to ask a press conference question to Hunter. But I do blame Phil. Like, come on, man. Like, it's Lucas Myrtle. Just tell him no. And I'm sure Lucas would understand. He'd be like, well, I had to ask. My guy wants it. I asked for it. At some point, you got to put the bricks on what we do. Max Anstie.
I'm Supercross only. Don't know if I should say this, but I went 5-5 at Southwick last year and got $1,500. and man, that was a hard race. I'm much better off racing Supercross. I'm racing World Supercross, Australian Supercross, and US Supercross. And
second in the points, considerably a ways behind. Hunter's got 125 points. Max has got 103. Unless something catastrophic happens to Hunter, and this is a dangerous sport, things happen. It could. I don't want it to. Nobody's wishing it on him. Max Anstie is looking solid in second. Nate Thrasher, he rides angry, man. He's literally reminds me of like a Wild West bad guy, like black hat, just this mean mug and everything. And if you guys want to see something funny, look at the press conference. Look at the gap between the riders. They're supposed to be equally 1, 2, and 3. You'll see, I swear, Hunter and Nate are getting as far as they possibly can away from each other. You can say what you want about their tension. Those two guys do not like each other. And it's something to watch, whether Lucas Myrtle wants us to talk about it or not. That's something to watch, because you know Nate will take a shot at him, and Hunter will take one back. They fight. Nate Thrasher moving up to third in points. Jordan Smith moving to fourth in points. Both of them leapfrogging their teammate Hayden Deegan, who for the first time all year looked like a rookie. I don't expect him to make mistakes like that again this week. He's going to be right there inside the top 5. That's where I see Hayden Deegan steadily improving. Jeremy Martin, for the first time, I think Jeremy Martin might have listened to the notes last week where I said that he was Hayden Deegan's bitch, and he flipped it around on him, and he handled Hayden. So good on Jeremy Martin. Chris Blows looked good, almost won a heat race. I'm just wanting so bad. Chris Blows, get a podium, get a podium. But I think he probably got arm pump or something and kind of faded back in the main, but he still rode much better. They had to be happy with whatever changes they made. He easily could get there. I mean, he's just knocking. I really think he can get that podium. Tom Vial, up and down like a typical rookie, like a guy learning Supercross, but he still looks really fast. Chance Hymas is still in 10th in the points, but he's done for the year. He's getting ready for outdoors. He's the Honda rookie. Cody Schock has been riding really well and getting better and better and starting to become that guy he was a couple years ago when everyone was asking about him. And then Michael Mosman, I talked about him, I think, a little bit earlier. I'm not sure if he's racing or not. I have a text out to them to find out. Yeah, that's just a bad situation. I'll have more on that later on when I get response from, my source over there. So anyway, guys, thank you for everything. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day.